Good morning, 13 minutes before 8 o'clock. Anthony, I'm seeing snowflakes in the backyard, which means I'm hitting the supermarket on the way home.
What does that mean?
Bread, eggs, and milk. The panic begins.
Oh, yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, only just a couple flakes here that we're expecting. Maybe a coating on some spots, but today it's not the, I would say the big event here in the near term. I do think that comes on Tuesday, but let's talk about the perfect transition into our snow tracker. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this is, I track the snow in the backyard. 1.7 inches so far. Normal to date is 3.2, so we're about an inch and a half short. Today, not expecting to add accumulating snow, but we'll see what happens here later in the week. So here's that current system that is now producing a couple of those snow showers. You can see, yeah, they're starting to come here in the backyard. Reducing visibility for central Pennsylvania, but for us, visibility is still okay. No watches or warnings out there. Let me show you currently where those are right now. So very, very light across the area, heavier stuff going on in the southern side of the state. Let's actually zoom in and show you. Actually, Shamokin, seeing a little bit of heavier snow shower there in Northumberland County. In the northern tier, not that much, but for the valley cities, especially parts of Luzerne County, now seeing it coming down pretty good. You may get a coating there in Nanticoke and maybe in Wilkes-Barre and Dallas, but we'll see what it looks like later today. Upper 20s and lower 30s right now, so obviously cold enough for snow. But the good thing is we're seeing a southerly breeze, and the southerly breeze is carrying slightly warmer air in, and that should allow us to get into the upper 30s and 40s, which should transition the snow into a bit of rainfall later today. So there are those temperatures later today. What you see in blue here, these are the feels like. So the winds will be breezy enough for it to feel like the 30s all day. So a couple flakes for the rest of the afternoon today. That will eventually work its way to a couple sprinkles. Not expecting a whole bunch of precipitation today, whether that be rain or whether that be snow. So you're good to go for the most part with the travel. But again, if you encounter a heavier snow shower, it may reduce visibility very briefly, so do keep that in mind. High temperatures today in the upper 30s and lower 40s, a little bit lower than our normal high temperature of 45 degrees for the last day of meteorological fall. The first day of meteorological winter tomorrow, December 1st. It'll be chilly. Temperatures in the middle 30s, although we will see some breaks of sunshine, and then Tuesday, that's the event that we've been talking about. So the snowfall will come through pretty early in the day, so potentially before you even get up, around 4 to 5 o'clock. Those heavier snow showers continuing to push through in the late morning and into the early afternoon. It should clear by the evening time, but the snow should accumulate, so I'm expecting continued travel worries into the evening after all that snow plops onto the ground. So for today, nothing more than a coating for most of us. A couple flakes they'll be passing in, and there we go. This is Tuesday. You can see amounts, especially for the Poconos, could exceed even 6 inches, but we'll say 4 to 6 inches for the Poconos. And then for the valley cities, looking at about 2 to 3, maybe a little bit more, and that'll be enough to get the shovels out. Probably not the bread and milk. Let's not worry about that. So on the worry meter, we're looking at a storm likely, and again, accumulating snow that will put a couple inches of snow on the ground. And we'll see some drier weather there on Wednesday, Thursday also. Maybe a couple of more snowflakes, but probably not accumulating snow right now. That's the thought. And then going on into Friday, colder with temperatures staying in the 20s. So yeah, it's looking like a cold week here. Looking at that Photo Link Library story a little bit earlier, 70s. I can imagine that, but not in the forecast here.
Luckily, I have enough Pop-Tarts to get through the storm.
Me too.
All right, Anthony, thank you. When we come back, it's